Today we are going to do an interesting little piece on using space and balance. I have with me two pieces of construction paper. One is a full size and this one is about a fourth of the size of the other one. We're going to begin by folding each of these papers in half. What that will do is it's going to give us a good center line to work with. We can line up the center line whenever we glue everything together at the end, and it actually makes it a little bit easier to line up so we don't have to do so much measuring. See, here's a center line in that paper, here's a center line in that paper. All right, now here's where it starts to get cool. We are going to take a pencil and draw a shape on half of this little black paper on top. Now you can draw a full shape, you can draw a half a shape, but the important thing is that it needs to go all the way to the edge. So on this one, I think I'm going to just draw a nice big half of a triangle, like that. On this side, I think I'll make up a shape. Maybe a nice little wiggly line will give me an interesting shape on that side. Okay, I know those are just a little bit hard to see on that black paper, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. And this is where it starts to get pretty amazing. All right, so there's our triangle, and here's our little wiggly line. Interesting blobby shape. Shapes are not always just circles, triangles, and squares. Sometimes you can have a shape that's irregular, like this one. Okay, so I'm going to take those pieces that I just cut, I'm going to set them aside for just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and use my glue to glue down the black paper that I just cut from. And this is where those center lines are going to come in handy. I'm going to line that up. See, there's a line, there's a line, there's a line. If I match up my lines right there in the middle, oh, that makes it a lot easier to just get it right in place. Okay, now these two pieces that I cut out, I'm going to put them back in just like a puzzle for just a second. Now I'm going to take that piece and I'm going to fold it open like the page of a book. Now I have created my full triangle in kind of a weird little symmetrical positive negative space design here. I'm going to do the same thing on this. See, I put the shape back in just like a puzzle piece and then fold it open like a book. Woo, there you have it. This is starting to look a little op-artish too, isn't it? All right, I turn that over to put a little glue on that side, and always make sure you line up your corners again. See, if I put it way in here, it would look kind of silly. It looks really crisp and clean whenever I put it right there on the edges. Same thing on this side. And line up my corners. All right, and my glue there will dry in just a second. Okay, so there we have an interesting little design that's got two shapes, both symmetrically balanced, all symmetrically balanced within our one page, and it feels a little bit like op art, the way it creates the one final shape using positive and negative space. See, our positive space would be this black, anything in black, and our negative space would be anything in yellow. So there it is.